Hello, welcome to Podcast On. Is that a good name? I was between that and ProgProgPod. I don't know. That's like short for Project Progress Podcast. But Podcast On seems kind of perfect because, it's like you're casting on, casting off, and it's a podcast. I looked it up. It doesn't look like someone's used it, but it is fun for me to go ProgProgPod. So I'm kind of torn. Anyway, hi, welcome. It is March 8th. It is Sunday. We are, I was going to say we are a week in to March and a month and a week out from the last podcast. The last time I talked to you was the end of January. It is now March. I think we've established that. Hi, my name's Emily, by the way. Thanks for coming to this video. I'm just going to talk about all the knitting things I've been working on in the last month and a week, and the things that I'm excited to be working on in March. So if you are interested in just listening to me talk about my knitting projects, stick around, grab a little project to work on, grab a little bev. I've got double shot of espresso, been working on it. I also have a liquid IV strawberry flavor. So let's go. Let's talk about what I'm wearing. This is, take a guess. It's the Lakes V-neck by Ozetta. Let me give you a full, this isn't how I usually wear it. I have been wearing it nonstop since I finished it. I usually do like a white t-shirt with jeans, and all of my white t-shirts are dirty. So right now I've just been wearing it like without a t-shirt on underneath. And it's so comfy. I love this thing so much. I made it in Drops Nepal in dark gray. And you can kind of see, it is a little hairy. Wow. Like, okay, also the V-neck. Okay, let's just take a moment to look at this, guys. Let's just take a little second. Oh my God, you can see the circle of where my zip patch was. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too close. So this is the Lakes V-neck by Ozetta. I made the size large using Drops Nepal, and I really like it. This was a surprise finished object this month because I cast it on my birthday. So I think the last time we spoke, it was just a little tiny rectangle, and now it's a whole sweater. I truly became obsessed with this. As you can see, there's a lot of like positive ease by the armhole. We're gonna try this again. Part of the reason that I thought it would be fun to make a podcast was because I'm trying to get better at forming sentences while I talk, and I seem to be struggling to do that today for some reason, even though this is, I think I've had 2 of these things. That was a zipper in the other room. That was not my butt. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the Lakes V-neck by Ozetta. So yeah, I made this in Drops Nepal in the color dark gray. I'm obsessed with the color. It looks so good. I feel like my skin is looking terrible right now, but this color actually makes my skin look a lot better than it actually is. So I'm obsessed with this. I finished it. Let me think about this. So I cast it on my birthday, the little square, and then I finished it, I think, around the 20th of February. Like, it just appeared. This grew so fast, and I do think that it's because it was on 5.5 millimeter needles. Like, you could see it's really, yeah, it's like a thick gauge, a big, I don't know what, it grew so quickly. It finished so quickly. I felt like this just appeared. I think also part of that is the construction. You don't, like, there is some shaping, obviously, you make a V-neck, but I feel like right now I have some projects I'm working on where I'm like, the yoke feels like such a slog, and this did not feel like a slog at all. It just felt like, again, it just felt like it appeared. The only thing I was really stressed about was the V-neck because I'd never made a V-neck before. This is a folded V-neck, and I was a little confused by the directions. She has a ton of like videos and links that are super helpful. So this was truly a trust the process moment, but I love it. I love how it turned out. It's not a complaint because it's a choice that I made, and it's a choice that I wouldn't make again, but I'm not gonna change because I like how this looks. But basically I maybe had a bit like an inch or two or a centimeter or two That's a big difference. I maybe cropped it like this much more than the pattern. What is that? Well, now I'm trying, it's like an inch. I maybe cropped it like an inch. And I didn't think that was gonna be a big deal because basically I was like, this is where my pants will hit. But because it's such a huge like armhole, like look at that. It's a huge armhole. So when I raise my arms, like there you go, you see there's the bottom. So if I made it again, I think, well, I would make it in a merino because I think it would look, basically, I think it would look a little bit cleaner. This looks a little, because it's so hairy, I don't know, it looks a bit cozier. I feel like I'd want it to maybe be like a smoother, more athletic sort of look. I don't know. I really like it. I love it. I'm really, really pleased with this. And this was so fun because the day I put this on the blocking mats, I went to a party, and at the party I met a girl who had also just finished a Legs V-neck. And she finished it in a light gray color, and it was like the recommended yarn, and it looked really, really good. It made me be like, oh, if I were to make it again, I would make it in the recommended yarn. But not that I don't like this yarn, I do love it. It just, hers looked so, like the neck looked a lot more defined, and that could have also just been because it was on like a lighter color, but I feel like here the ribbing is sort of muddy. I don't know. I like it. I love it. The one thing too, okay, I keep saying there's only one thing, and I've said so many things. It's just like it sinks back. Like you see, I feel like as I wear it, it kind of like does that. But that also could be because it's a little like crop. It's also really drapey. I love this thing, wearing it nonstop. Only have good things to say about it. So yeah, that's the Legs V-neck. Now, I'm very excited. Let's go to the other, okay. My brain is like so bad today. Okay. Let's go to my next finished object. Well, not my next finished object. This is actually the first finished object of February. Guys, I did it. So my goal for February was to finish this pink Maggie cardigan by Petite Knit. I wanted to finish it by Valentine's Day. And I did. With time to spare, mind you. I finished it on the 10th. And so then I was able to like block it. So it looks great. I'm obsessed with it. It's adorable. I wore this out, and I have memories of spilling a martini on it, but I don't see any spills or smell any spills. So I was like planning on wearing this tonight, and I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to, but I can. Okay, look at how cute. This is my first full sleeve cardigan for myself. I made a short sleeve cardigan for my Nana, but this is my first like proper cardigan. And this is something that I've run into issues with anytime I've done a button band. I'm putting the button right in the center of the button band. You see? But then when I close the button band, I feel like the button band is sort of like separating. Okay, I'm really struggling. There we go. You see what I mean? Like I feel like as I wear it, it kind of gets like that. Why does it happen? If anyone knows, let me know. Okay, the yarn that was used it's 2 strands. The first strand, let's do that one because I know exactly what it is. It's Knitting for Olive, soft silk mohair in the color fuchsia. That's what makes it so frickin' bright. And then the other one is fingering weight yarn in, I believe the color was Go-Go Pink. And it's from the like working like a word a second. The yarn brand is local to the Midwest, and it's called From You to Me to You. But the first U is like the sheep with the number 2, and then me, and then 2, and then you as in you. Get it? Because it's like from the sheep to the spinner dyer. Anyway, to me. It's great. I love it. I do recommend it. It's very shiny. Like I feel like this is so It's so fun and shiny. It feels like a party cardigan. Like I just love wearing this out. Like I just think it's so cute. And I looked really cute on Valentine's Day. If I can, since I'm gonna have to edit this anyway, here's a picture of how cute I looked. Oh, and this will be good because some of my other finished objects, I also have to put a picture in, so I guess I can't be too lazy. All right, here we go. So beautiful, so cute. I love these buttons too. They're like little, I think they're shells. I think she said it was like shell something. But they're so, so cute. I got this at like a local button store. It's on Lincoln Avenue in Chicago. It's really cute. Called Sotash. Anyway. Maggie Cardigan, this is in a size, I didn't say it, this is in a size extra large. And I didn't measure my gauge, so I don't know if I'm on gauge or not, but I did make a size large Monday sweater, and that was really tight on me. Like, it's kind of tight on the bust, it's pretty tight on the arms. Like, you can see my t-shirt when I wear it. So, I feel like with the Petite Knit patterns, I'm either like exactly large, exactly an extra large, or somewhere in between. And I think for this one, I was maybe somewhere in between, or this one, maybe I was a square, I don't remember. Whatever, maybe extra large, and I'm really happy with it. I'm glad that I did. I feel like I have a good amount of positive ease in the arms, a good amount of positive ease in the body. The only thing I would change is maybe making it a little shorter, which is one of the reasons why I did crop this, is because I just feel like sometimes like this little last button gets caught in my pants. So I wish it was just like an inch, which was just like an inch shorter. Anyway, really, really love this. Very proud of it. I can't wait to wear it tonight. It's really soft. This got so much softer with blocking. And it didn't grow that much, but it just kind of, yeah, it just sort of softened and got a little drapier. So yeah, really big fan, highly recommend this pattern. I'm excited to make more cardigans. This is my only full length cardigan that I own in terms of like sleeve length. My other cardigan I have is like cropped and then like 3/4 sleeves. So I'm definitely feeling the urge to make more cardigans, but I think this is gonna get me through like spring, summer. This is perfect. I really wanna make the Dachsie cardigan in that dark olive color. Anyway, the other finished objects of February were, I finished the Selmas sleepsuit for my friend's baby. Really, really cute. I'll put the finished one here. This was such a beautiful project. I really struggled with the feet and like weaving in all the ends because I did it and then I washed it and it was like all of the like the stitches I did to fold the pieces together, not all of them, but like maybe more than half of them came apart. So I had to redo them. So when I gifted to them, I was like, oh, just in case if it falls apart, let me know. But that one's really cute. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Then I did finish I felted the duck feet slippers, and that looked really cute too. So those are finished gift knits that are no longer with me. I gifted away. On to my next finished object. This one was actually finished, I think, within the first few days of March. But these are the Decathlon socks. I'm obsessed with this pattern. It's free. I can't remember who it's by, but it's like a 2x2 like rib and then broken rib. And then you've got this sort of like, I don't know what my cat's hair is on it. It's like you slip stitch sort of heel flap. And then it's like you do some short rows and then you got the whole little foot. And I am obsessed with this. Obsessed with this yarn. I think it looks so cool on the stitch pattern. And yeah, basically I had cast these on like in between working on Christmas presents. The yarn is called Krampus by, I believe, Leading Men Fibers. Krampus, get it? Kind of like cool and foresty and like kind of pine Christmassy vibes. Anyway, But I remember I had gotten frustrated with this because I messed up the first heel flap that I did somehow. I kept like getting off, like I would go to slip and I was like, oh, I already knit this one. Why did I? Anyway, I just kept getting off. And then I had I put it down, and in my memory, this thing looked so bad. I was like, oh, this sock looks terrible. Like, I don't want to pick it back up. I'm going to have to frog it. But then when I picked it back up last month, it looked great. So I just kept working on it. But then, I don't know what I did, but then I ended up having an issue. And I can't even tell which sock has the issue, which is honestly kind of exciting. It's got to be this one because this one looks neater. Anyway, I had this issue where on just the right side, I was picking up like the wrong number of stitches, and not by like 2 or 3. It was like on one side I was picking up maybe 7 stitches more than the other side, and I tried it so many times, couldn't get the right number, and I was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna keep knitting. And you cannot even tell the difference. I really think that these look good. I don't know why I was having that issue. I do plan on making this pattern again. I'm just really excited about the idea of trying tons of different yarn types over this stitch pattern, because I just feel like the yarn really shines over this stitch pattern. Like, this is cute, like it's fine. This looks nice, but this looks incredible to me. Like, I just love this. I feel like the next time I make the pattern though, I did end up having quite a bit of yarn left over from these socks. I did the 72 stitches around. And I do feel like I could maybe go a size smaller. And I don't know what would happen if I did this, but I was thinking maybe making the heel flap longer as well, because I have a pretty high arch, and I feel like this, I end up pulling this up, and so then this sits weird on my foot. Yeah, so I think I might try that out with the next pair of socks I'm gonna make. I have a ton of random sock yarn, and I'm just excited to try it all out. So anyway, Decathlon socks. One day I will be able to film this with no cuts, and that will be a glorious day. Anyway, so that was my last finished object of the month. And then I've been doing the Yarn Bar Alicia Plummer Plum Perfect knit along. If you don't watch the ladies at Yarn Bar, you're missing out. I'm obsessed with them. They're so funny. But yeah, they're doing this like through January through April knit along, where you just pick an Alicia Plummer pattern and then send them updates as you work on it throughout the 4 months. So I'm working on the Finest Kind pullover. Last month, my goal was to finish the body, and I did. I finished the body, and then this is kind of hard to show. It's bottom up. So I finished the body, and then I finished the back part. So now what I have to do is finish the front part, and then I think we connect, and then the sleeve. So I don't know. I've never made a sweater with this kind of construction before. I have no idea how you're supposed to try it on. It looks like this. I think it looks amazing. I'm using Lettlopi in the color, it's like ash heather or something, but it looks really, really cool. Yeah, I have this vision of me like camping and like wearing this while I camp. I haven't camped since 2020, but in my vision, I'm like pulling this on by like a fire and like eating oatmeal in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, this just seems like the perfect sort of outdoorsy puller. It looks crazy. I don't understand. I just don't understand it, but I have been enjoying this. This part, you do some Japanese short rows, and I definitely did them wrong. I know I did them wrong because I got confused. I watched a tutorial, then I forgot it, and then I read a article, and I was like, okay, now I remember from the video. And then when I tried doing it, I did something wrong, but you really can't tell. Like, there's no holes in it. The stitch pattern looks fine. Whatever, it worked. I made shaping. There's definitely shaping. I did it. So anyway, excited to keep working on this. This one, when I was working in the round, I was obsessed with it. I'm like, this is the best stitch pattern ever. This is a bouncy yarn. Love it so much. working back and forth, not loving it as much. So even though it's kind of the same thing, like because it's like knit, purl, like it's the same wrong side, right side kind of, but yeah, I can't get lost in it the way I get lost in the round. So then my next project, for my birthday, I got some gift cards. I've used one of them for what I'm about to show you, and I still have one more to spend, so very excited about that. But anyway, this one is the Amy turtleneck, the Amy sweater by Petite Knit. It is in the recommended yarn, which is Pure Gynt, and I'm obsessed. I was truly watching the Olympics as much as possible, and I love the turtleneck sweaters. I love the blue turtleneck sweaters, and so I was like, I need to make a blue turtleneck sweater. And I love the way the Amy sweater looks. It's gonna have like sort of that rolled edge, and I just feel like in this color, it's gonna look so cool and athletic. I guess sporty, athletic, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be a nice knit to wear even in the spring and in the fall, because I don't know. I think with the rolled neck, it makes it less wintry, or the rolled edge makes it look less wintry. Like, I feel like if I was gonna go truly for that Ralph Lauren turtleneck style, I would have chosen something that's more, I don't know, like I feel like there's so many turtleneck sweaters out there where it's just like a traditional like folded turtleneck, but I was super excited to make this one. So had my eyes on this, very excited. I've been itching to knit something navy, and this is the most amazing navy color. When I knit with this yarn wearing this, excuse me, hairs get picked up onto here. So it gets kind of frustrating because I was wearing this nonstop. And so I've had to take this off whenever I work on this because it's starting to piss me off that it was just like getting super, super hairy. Also, these things are great, but I dropped it and it bounced somewhere. I know it's in my apartment and I just cannot find it. I know where I dropped it too. I don't know where it is. Anyway, Amy sweater, this is great. Really excited for it. I split for the sleeves, working on the body. So this has been my nice like stockinette project. We're doing the Oscars death race where you watch all of the Oscar films before the Oscars happen. I still have quite a few to go, but this has been really good to work on while watching those movies. So anyway, I'm gonna fold that. This was so nice when I had both of these little guys, and now I don't. Okay, and now on to my March cast on. This one I'm very, very excited about. So this is yarn, the pink yarn that I showed earlier, that You to Me to You, purchased that at YarnCon last year. And then I purchased this yarn as well in YarnCon. And this is the last YarnCon purchase that I haven't used. So very, very excited to get this on my needles. My goal was to get this on my needles before this year's YarnCon. So cha-ching, I did it. This is another Petite Knit pattern. This is going to be the Cumulus V-neck. And I'm freaking stoked. It looks amazing. This is like a sock yarn. So I know it's a merino. I can't remember if it's superwash or not. And I know there's silk in it. And it's really, really soft. I forgot how soft this was because the hank or the skein or whatever it came with was so soft. And then I rolled it into these balls. And the ball is just like not as soft, but this is so soft. I'm really, really stoked for this. I've got quite a few increases to go. And it is, you know, it's taken some time because it's like fingering weight yarn. I think this is on 3mm needles. Yeah, 3mm needles. But anyway, I've just been chugging along on this. This one requires, because there's increases, it requires a bit more concentration, but not that bad. I feel like all my projects right now are very low key. Very low key. So anyway, my goal is to finish this before June. I feel like once it hits June, it might get a little hot for wool. But this would be so perfect. I'm just imagining myself wearing this to work every day. Anyway, I really, really love this. Can't really give any feedback on the pattern yet because I'm just at the beginning. I'm making a large for this. and I'm exactly for the measurements for a large. So I'm interested to see how different it fits between this one and the pink one. Oh, and also I didn't say for this one, for the Amy turtleneck, I'm making an extra large. I was in between sizes and I decided I'd rather a turtleneck be bigger than tighter. So that's what I did with that. But anyway, so this is just a fun, really fun, like Marchy color yarn. The other things that I have planned for March, I have a friend's birthday coming up. I would love to make her a running hat, and then maybe a little Sophie scarf. I have some leftover yarn from the baby project, and it's her baby. And so I think it'd be so cute if I can make her a little gift from that baby project. But it's only 70 grams of like an Aran weight. So I don't know if that would work with the Sophie, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna try it out. And then one second, let me just get it because I've been doing all these cuts anyway. So then the next project that I want to work on this month, my sister bought the yarn. So technically I didn't spend money on yarn, but it's going to be a little colorwork dog sweater. I'll put the pattern here. I can't remember anything about it, but I bought these two colors are the same as the image. Basically my sister's dog is this exact same dog. It's like the same color, same size. Like it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna look so cute on her. So I did the same brown because I thought that looked nice with that dog. And then the light pink. My sister loves pink. I did hot pink, or not hot pink. I can't remember what this is called, but it's like the brighter Crush. This is called Crush. This is called Frosting. This one is Pinecone Heather. And then I got this thing called Green Tea Heather. One of this picture, this is like a different kind of pink, and then this is more of a yellowy green, but I wanted a greener green. And it's gonna be a cute little colorwork dog sweater. So it'll be my first time doing color work. And my sister's been begging for another dog sweater, and my little niece deserves a new sweater. So this will be a project. I haven't cast it on yet because I feel like I'm gonna need to really think about it, but honestly, it starts off with a turtleneck, so I should just cast on and get to the colorwork part. But I've been more excited about finishing my garments. Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other knitting plans. In terms of stash busting this month, I did not do any stash busting, but I am really proud of myself for picking up that sock because I fully thought that I was gonna have to frog it, and I also was just like feeling sad that I didn't finish it around Christmas. I was like, oh, I don't want to work on my Christmas sock, you know, in the spring. But I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Oh, you know what? I'll show you because whenever I feel like I want to cast on another sock, I am, and I'll show you what it's gonna be. So let me get that yarn. I realized I also didn't say this is another like local yarn, but the label is inside the ball. I know it's like lizard something, but whenever I finish, the next time we speak, I'll tell you what it is. The label for this is also inside the ball, but I know that this is Hedgehog Fibers, I think twist sock yarn, and I got it in the color, I think it's called Salty Tails or something. Look at how fun that is. It's got like, it's like this purplish gray, but it's got all these little fun speckles. And what is this? I've never knit with this kind of yarn before, so I'm so excited to see how this looks on this stitch pattern, right? So this is gonna be my next sock, but my priority is like the birthday present and the dog sweater. But this is on the docket. So anyway, I have a lot of fun projects that I'm really, really excited for, and we're getting into the warmer weather here. It's a beautiful weekend in Chicago, and I'm just so excited to, you know, finish off these thicker, like chunkier knits and get into the t-shirt tank top land because I have so many t-shirt tank top projects in my mind. I have the yarn for an anchor tee, which I'm interested what that's gonna look like. I've never done like a round yoke. I also have 2 tank tops that I've knit before that I don't wear because of like fit issues. So I'm thinking of frogging those. And so I'll have some worsted weight yarn to use for tank tops. And I have a ton of leftover cotton, and some like leftover linen yarn. So I'm just very excited for the summer knits, but I'm going to enjoy finishing my turtleneck. This, you know, if I stop working on it, I'm okay with that because I'm gonna want this by September. So the fact that I've already split for sleeves, I just am so excited. Like, I know that whenever I start wanting this, I'll be able to have it. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. Please introduce yourselves. Let me know what you've been working on. If you've made any of these projects before, or if you have any thoughts about anything I discussed, share them. I would love to know. I would love to get to know you. And yeah, so happy spring knitting. And I will see you sometime next month. Okay, bye.